The views and comments expressed on the following radio program by its hosts and their guests do not necessarily reflect the views of rmconair.com or its affiliates. Listener discretion is advised.
Where the cash at? Man, I'm tryna go and get this dough. This, that, legendary flow, spit so critical. Oh, me, so despicable. Invested in this music, not from residuals. Oh, I'm in sight now, right now, pipe down. Boozy came home someday, ayy, wipe me down. And they ain't paying homage, don't wear no toupee. Focused on my career like I be playing 2K. Started with a dream, and now I'm living it. I'm the Fresh Prince, and I'm feeling like I'm willing shit. I really got in trouble while I was up in class, cause I knew at home Exeter was going with my ass. Everybody thought that I was taking notes. Instead, I'm writing bars and my teachers never know. Paint a visual, words here so natural. Everything that I'm spitting here is so factual. Oh, these women screaming my name like an anthem. Carolina let me play with a cat like a panther. And on these tracks, I hit them with that 2-piece off the Brea at that Popeyes for that 2-piece. Hold up, hey, let's show them how the game go. Been speaking money, man, we all about them pesos. Seen how them dollars, they went and changed hoes. Went from okay, now I'm steady getting pesos. Go wild anytime that I came home. Graduated, did the show, didn't change clothes. On grind, now we pushing all the Range Road. Out of California, man, that's why I claim home. And this, that legendary flow. Rest in peace, Robin Harris Sr. Already know, straight up. Yeah, straight up. Straight up. And it's that legendary flow. Yeah, that's right. Yo, welcome to the only hip hop show with the only hip hop
Squad. Oh, we up in here. Oh, we real light tonight. Damn,
yeah,
so
it's kind of light. But yeah, introduce yourselves.
What's up, man? Hey, my earphones is not working right now. I'm gonna need a new jack. Nevertheless, what's up, everybody? Dhane Diesil in the house once again. Hey, it's Tuesday. Blessed to be here. Another only hip hop show. We was off last week, but we right back at you.
Exactly.
Real quick. Happy holidays, first and foremost. Hope y'all had a blessed one, grateful one, thankful one. Got some good eats, but we right back at y'all. We got some excellent guests for you guys today. But before we hop into that, I'm gonna pass it to my right. I mean, not to my left.
To your left. Hey, man.
Mr. Who?
Raysher Fallon. Like you said, we skipped one on y'all last weekend for the holidays to get that good food and also some good music. In case y'all missed it, a couple of mixtapes came out. We had Fabulous dropping that Summertime Shootout. Jadakiss album dropped. Rick Ross dropped the Renzel remixes. And Erykah Badu dropped a mixtape as well called You Can't Use My Phone, which might have been the best of them all. So go check them out. Who we got in the house today, man?
Well, DJ will be joining us soon, so let's go ahead and go to our special guest. Let me go ahead and introduce this.
Go ahead, bro.
So I met this guy right here, right, on this where DJ Quest Coast was hosting Be Like Driven last week, and I met this guy, and he was the son of a legend, which is you guys heard of Bebe's Kids?
Oh man, who hasn't heard of Bebe's Kids, bro?
Come on, bro.
That's a classic right there.
So y'all know Robin Harris,
House
right?
Party.
Yeah, House Party.
My favorite movie.
Well, this is his son, because his real name is Robin Harris Jr. So, ladies and gentlemen, This is the son of a legendary,
Bring it, man,
late
properly.
great Robin Harris. This is Kid Rob, ladies and
Yo.
gentlemen.
Yo, what up, what up, what up?
What's up, Kid Rob? How you doing, brother?
I'm solid, man. I'm blessed.
Welcome.
Hey, welcome to the show, bro.
Glad to be here, man.
Hey, we appreciate you. We thank you for coming through. Just out of respect, man, your pops has been the author of plenty of amazing evenings in my household, man. I'm just blessed and grateful, to
sir.
have your presence and your existence in here, because through you, you know what I'm saying, that legacy continues to live.
Yes, sir. I'm glad to be here, dog.
Hey, so is that what the Reincarnated is all about?
Yes.
Is that kind of like the premise?
Son of a legend reincarnated, really talking about, who I am, you know what I'm saying? I'm Junior, I'm identical to the man. The first question I always get is, are you a comedian? So I felt that, early on, like growing up, I knew music was my passion. So I felt that, like, I had to figure out who I was, and by doing so, I had to understand who my father was, because I never got a chance to meet him. He passed away right before I was born.
Really?
So for me, my story is very interesting, but with this album, it basically takes you on a journey in my life, going through my circumstances and situations, and also finding out who I really am and why I chose music.
All right, now, Kid-Rock, where did you grow up?
I grew up in LA, California.
Okay, what area though? What part?
Mid City.
Okay.
I'm like
So it's like Adams.
West LA area.
Right here, basically.
Yeah, basically right here, yeah.
Okay.
That's my whole little area.
All right, now, aside from Pops
Yeah.
and seeing him, who are some of your influences that kind of helped and shape to mold you into the artist that you are today?
Definitely, I'm a big comedy fan, so of course because of my pops, but musically, I want to say for sure Tupac. Tupac was a big influence on me really finding out what's the importance of being an artist and having a passion. Also Biggie, Snoop, Kendrick Lamar, J. Cole, Big Crit, and Lil Wayne. Those are probably like my strongest, and also like Dom Kennedy and Nipsey Hussle and stuff like that.
So the Crit one is pretty interesting right there. I know you had an opportunity to check out the latest project as well.
You said what? I'm sorry.
I mean, Big Crit.
Oh yeah.
You said that was a pretty interesting one right there. Like, what is it about Crit? Do you feel is something that allows you to gravitate toward him, as well as maybe something that inspires some of your music?
I think with Big Crit is you can definitely tell he's being himself. Like he's also passionate about what he's doing, by just his production, his wordplay, his songs. Like he doesn't get a lot of radio play and stuff like that, but he makes great music in my opinion. And he also puts on shows. Like he's a true artist in my opinion.
And I like how his production is on par with his bars. Like not a lot of people that balance the two are like that though.
Exactly. No, that I feel like even him, like he kind of influenced me to always be me. You know what I'm saying? Whether I get on the radio or not, just be yourself, because that's when you really love it. You know what I'm saying?
All right, now we're in a time where like the market is really saturated as far as artists, because like it's at everybody's disposal to be able to do it nowadays.
Yeah.
As an artist, what do you feel sets you apart, or what do you bring to the table that causes you to be different from the average artist that's just picked up a mic?
I would say I'm really into becoming a great artist, and not just like a performer or not just a lyricist. I want to know the business, like the music game, like how to move. We in a different world now where the labels used to push, the artists. Now we can go indie as long as you know what you're doing, you know what I'm saying? And we have the technology, we have all the resources out there, you know what I'm saying, and people who have experiences, so you basically just gotta learn the game. But I think for me, my work ethic as well, that's something I get from my pops as well, but I just always want to push to be the greatest and put my best foot forward.
So kind of piggyback on that point right there, the influence of your pops. I mean, like you just said, you didn't really have an opportunity to have him growing up.
Yeah.
So what type of journey did you have to go through in order to find out, who he was, and what were you able to take from that you feel is reflected in your music?
Man, my pops, man, like ever since I was like 3, 4, like everybody that would see me like, tell me a joke. So growing up, I'm like, why the hell are they telling me to tell you a joke? Like, it didn't register until I probably got around 8 years old to really know, like, damn, my dad was like the man. And it really didn't like register until probably like a year ago when they did like an Unsung Hollywood on him, and you know, Magic Johnson talked about him, Mike Tyson, I think, and Charlie Murphy. And I seen like Dave Chappelle, he posted something about my pops before. Chris Brown, Rihanna, they all post like Bebe's Kids on their Instagram. I'm like, damn, like this man was the man. So for me, like growing up, I mean, I grew up, like I said, in Mid-City, LA. I've seen a lot of things, you know what I'm saying? I'm not like an average like celebrity kid, you know, like to be like super pampered or rich or anything like that. I've just seen a lot of great things, and I've seen a lot of bad things. So from my music, I'm able to just speak the real, and that's how my father was with his comedy. You know, he was able to make jokes that are still relevant 20 years later. And I recently was up the other night looking at his YouTube, and he was talking about the police and house party. He was like, I'm going to mind my effing business. You know what I'm saying? It's like, why y'all messing with me? That still goes on today. You know what I'm saying? So I think for me, just being able to stay true to my art is what I really learned from my dad.
I think that's one of my favorite scenes from that movie, though.
Yeah,
like personally, like that's to me hands down. That got rewound a lot in my household.
Yeah.
But with that, it's kind of like still within that vein. Like you said, people always expecting you to be, a comedian and whatnot. So, were there any? Had there ever been any temptations to do comedy? Having seen, what the type of product your father was able to put out.
Yeah, most definitely. I thought about it when I was very young, when everybody was trying to convince me, and then I kind of got into it slightly, just trying to tell like jokes and really trying to see what I could do with it with a very young age, and I wasn't digging it. I was like, nah, then people gonna start expecting me to be this man and all of that. So I was like, I gotta do what's right for me. And the way I got into music was I wrote a verse, which was really like a story or something that I would write to my dad, because I was like 8, and I was like, all right, I need some like understanding, you know what I'm saying? So what would I tell my dad? And I wrote it all in a song, and that's how I started rapping, because I just started expressing my emotions and feelings in the forms of raps. And that's where I was like, I know I'm not no comedian. I'm an artist. So, yeah.
What's your dad's favorite movie? What is your favorite movie of your dad's?
I would say Bebe's Kids. It's classic. Yeah, it's classic. It's just too classic. Like, it's dope.
Now, did you have any siblings who did have an opportunity to be with Pops that were able to kind of like really kind of like groom you and show you?
I have an older brother, Antoine. He actually was like the kind of the father figure I kind of had growing up. One of the father figures, but in my household, he played ball, football, went to college, all kinds of stuff. Like, he was what I needed as a role model. But he also was able to share with me his moments and experiences with my father. Has also helped me be able to deal with that pain, not being able to have him. Because my brother was 11 when my father passed, so he was just that was the only father he knew. So yeah, we was able to bond and become strong bros after like that whole situation. Yeah.
Now, when did you decide to start rapping? At what age?
I was 8 when I first started, but I started taking it serious when I was 13. And all throughout high school, I was playing sports, and I was going to the studio like after practice. So
I can dig it. Now, specifically, if you had to give some advice to an aspiring artist as far as how to maneuver through the business, what would you, from your perspective, tell somebody that was listening?
I would mainly say, always be on top of your stuff. Really, always be prepared, because you never know when the opportunity is going to arrive. And just always stay true to yourself, and learn the business. Like, learn and know what you're doing it for. And that's really it. Like, I feel like those are the main things you really need.
So getting to the business part of it, you just have this new project, Reincarnated.
Yes, sir.
And I definitely feel free to put it up to the camera just so people can see. You know what I'm saying? This is a real package right here. This is presentation. You know, this is some of the key elements to putting yourself out there, speaking upon, like you're talking about, being an indie artist. So
Yes, sir.
can you just talk about the value, I would say, of taking the time to make sure that you create a product that people are actually going to want to buy, as opposed to just, you know, popping a blank CD in there and then taking the Sharpie out and just, you know, reincarnate it. Like,
Presentation is everything, man, and I think the way what you invest into your art is what you will get back. You know what I'm saying? And I took my time with this project, from recording it to writing to post-production, even trying to figure out the album cover. It was like I wanted to make the best investment because I felt like at that moment in time I was ready for like the music business and stuff like that. So I was like, I want to be taken serious, and in order for me to be taken serious as an artist, I gotta invest. If I gotta spend time studying the business, I gotta do that. If I gotta get my performance better, I gotta do that. If I gotta, you know, work on my bars, I gotta do that. Freestyle, all that. You gotta really do what you need to do to be an overall artist. And I think going indie for me was the best way to go, because I like to control what's in my head, as well as I'm the person that's bringing you the art. So why not let me paint the picture for you? And I gotta give it to you quality. You know what I'm saying?
So, after the fan listens to Reincarnated, what are some of the jewels that you want them to walk away from that project with?
You said the jewels?
Some of the jewels, or some of the messages, or some of the wisdom.
I think after you hear, you know, the project Reincarnated, you definitely get a feel for who I am, and know what I've been through. But I think some of the things that you take away from this project was the song "Where Is the Love." That's something that I feel like can be big in the future, because, you know, we had, at the time I wrote that song, it was a lot of the police brutality going on, and even like the street violence and things like that. And now you look at just what happened overseas with Paris and things like that. So it's like, overall, I want to know where is the love at, because I honestly feel that, you know, hate would not exist if people had love. That's one of the songs that's dope on there, as well as we'll just check it out real quick. Probably I would say Angel, Destiny, probably, you know, basically to chase your dreams. And when you have true feelings about something or someone, speak on it. You know what I'm saying? Don't sit up there and act like you big and bad or something. Like, really talk about how you feel. And I think that's what I did with this project.
Nice.
Now, going into the creative process of the album, how long did it take you from start to finish to get through the whole album process?
It took me about a year. I started working on it last December, actually. And I was doing a ton of shows during the time as well. And so I would, you know, just do the shows and be recording and writing, like, during that process too. So it took me a minute, mainly because I knew it was coming from a true place and I couldn't just rush that.
Now, you said it took a year. Were you in the same space as the artist from start to finish while the album was being made, or?
You say that again?
Were you in the same space, like artistically or creatively, or did you go through certain things that kind of changed where you were?
Yeah, I definitely went through a lot of stuff recording this project, like personal issues, life experiences, as well as moving. I was moving around a lot, so it took time for me to. It took me a little bit of time because I also had to mature and, you know, really get in tune with who I was. So I feel like when I first recorded the project, I think Destiny was that first song I recorded off this project, and I think one of the last songs was, I think, Angel.
Okay.
But I definitely knew that, I knew myself, I was like, oh, I'm totally a better artist than what I was when I started, and I knew that I really made that investment to become that. So
I can dig it.
Yeah.
So what does the future have in store for Mr. Kid Rob?
Man, I'm trying to take over the world, dog.
Take over the world. Can we expect to see you in some films?
Yeah. I mean, I'm not gonna say right away because I'm into the music, but that's something that I want to jump into. I've done acting as well when I was younger, but I definitely want to get into acting and films and stuff like that. Even writing movies and things like that. Like I'm just really artistic, so I want to expand, not just from music on. You know what I'm saying? So.
Do you have an opportunity to meet a lot of the celebrities that used to champion, your father's work, and what sort of advice, I would say, have they had an opportunity to give you that you've been able to use so far in your career?
Two of the biggest two of the biggest celebrities that I have a good relationship with are comedians Lunel and Ricky Harris. I don't know if you guys know that, but yeah, Ricky is like a mentor to me. He was actually working with my pops when he was younger. One thing he always just tells me is, just be yourself and, stay true to your art, but continue to stay on top, be prepared for them opportunities. And Lunel she basically just gives me the great, motivation to keep going. But she just always tells me, like, I see your dad in you, but just in a different lane. And she respects it because she knows that I'm not trying to be him, I'm trying to be myself. So she just tells me to keep going all the time.
Nice. Now, as far as the visuals are concerned, what's the next one we can expect from Reincarnated?
You said visuals?
Visuals.
We working on Shawty Wanna Ride right now. Also working on Grown and Bounce.
Nice.
And also Destiny as well too. So.
Which one did you have the most fun making?
So right now is Shawty Wanna Ride. This is dope. I feel like that song just took me into a different world that I wasn't used to. I had to really get into that song. So.
Kid Rob, you hitting South by Southwest this year?
No, I'm actually not. I was planning on it, but I'm gonna be working on another project.
I could dig it as long as you're working.
Yeah, always, man. I don't stop.
Hey, so being from LA,
yeah.
I mean, I don't know if you noticed the illustrious headwear being adorned, by your guest over here, but favorite basketball team?
You said favorite?
Favorite.
Oh, it's funny. I'm a Clipper fan.
Man.
Let me.
Oh, they're awesome.
How did
Clippers.
that happen, bro?
I've been a Clipper fan since they was 0-82 though, with Eric Piakowski,
original.
Clauses.
I remember Piakowski. Okay.
Yeah.
So you
I ain't
started
no
off with the
bandwagon.
bottom being wrong.
I ain't no bandwagon, but I
All
love Kobe. I'm a Kobe fan, and I love the Lakers. I ain't gonna. I ain't no one of those.
Hey, you know what, Kid Rob? Because you said Piakowski, that's how I know you.
Right.
Yeah, man.
You was there when Keith
Yo, what you think about this retirement announcement, though?
Say that again.
The retirement announcement that Kobe just made yesterday. What you think about it for basketball?
Did it last year and saved us about 25
I
million.
mean, I think Kobe he's at that time. It hurt me though because it's like I grew up.
Yeah, everybody pretty much grew up with Kobe.
He been in the league for 20
years.
years. So it's like, damn. But it was gonna be that moment in time that came because I was born. Jordan was there, but he was kind of
on the downside.
Yeah.
Kobe was lighting him up for 40 points on the Wizards, crossing him over and shit.
Yeah, man. It's hard to see Kobe leave, but as long as he happy, you know what I'm saying. That's good.
Did you ever buy into that whole LeBron versus Kobe debate, or you think it's comparable or what?
To me, I don't think so. I mean, maybe now, but at the time I used to hear it, I was like, I don't think LeBron has done enough.
Me neither. I think Steph's right behind him. If anything, he's about to take the torch if he doesn't already have it. He's playing better than him right now.
I was actually looking at some stats, and it was comparing Kobe's first, I want to say 5 or 6 seasons compared to Steph's. And Steph's, outside of championships, Steph pretty much had Kobe topped out.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, Steph is. I've never seen anything like it. To be honest, and I'm not even a Warriors fan. I just never seen anybody play like that. I mean, who's a threat from 35 feet consistently?
Man, he's in his own lane. They're gonna be calling somebody else Steph Curry.
It's like anything he shoots, it goes in.
He does not miss, dog.
He can shoot anything, it goes up there.
Dude, and he's playing so much better than he did last year. He's scoring almost 8 points more
And they're
this year.
16-0.
No, they're 19-0.
Oh, 19-0.
19, best start in NBA history, and if they get another
20-0, then
16, they have not even 16, 14. Then boom, they beat the Lakers 33 straight for the biggest streak in NBA history.
32-0, huh?
33 straight games.
33
Lakers. Yeah.
Wow.
They could definitely get there.
But they'll break. Oh man, I'm not even. Anyway, yeah, Kobe.
I rock with Kobe, man.
DJI, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, welcome DJI back from the break, everybody. You know, we got the man in the building.
Dude, honestly, I'm surprised that Sean isn't here, but I know after his Patriots went down to my Broncos.
That's probably what it is. Now that you brought it up.
Yo, I texted him, and you know what he texted me back?
I didn't even think about
No, he
that.
texted me back that the Google service for his phone was out of service, as if his phone was off. That's what he texted me twice. He did it twice. I was like, yeah,
His
sure.
world stopped.
Hey, real spit. I didn't find out that the Patriots lost until like midway through Monday.
Shine money.
I had cut the game off because I was like, oh yeah, the Patriots. You know,
You're just like, why isn't Sean responding to anybody? Why isn't he talking to anybody? Where'd he go?
I thought the Patriots won. To be perfectly honest with you, I thought they won.
They got screwed,
till
man.
Monday.
Oh man, that was such a good game.
DJI, you got some questions for Kid Rock?
Well, you know what? I unfortunately missed, some of the music aspects, which is what I'm super interested in. But he seems like he's got a really head on his shoulders. That's for sure. Did you guys go over what his favorite influences were already, or no?
Yeah, we did influences, but we didn't do albums. Like, if you had to name some albums that you want to recommend us.
Like my favorite albums.
It's your favorite album. No
All
matter what
Eyes on Me, Tupac,
Love it.
Doggy Style, Snoop, Kendrick Lamar, Good Kid, Mad. Well, both of those, both his albums. J. Cole's last album.
Yeah, J. Cole, what do you think of him as as a mainstream artist? You know, because a lot of those artists that you mentioned are like original greats. They're legends, right? So it's difficult when you compare like mainstream artists. In my opinion, it's difficult to kind of, say, hey, this guy's really good.
Yeah.
But what do you think of J. Cole?
I think I rock with J. Cole, and the reason why I rock with him is because I feel like he's able to create vivid pictures from a different perspective, and I think it's probably because he's been educated or went to college and stuff. So I feel like he's clever, but he's also like a really good artist and producer. So I mean, for me, I rock with him.
Yeah, I'm excited to hear some more of your stuff. I heard good things.
Oh,
and then hearing you speak and stuff, like you can tell, like you like studied the game. You also know the influences around hip hop, West Coast hip hop, because the Lakers are hip hop. I don't care what anyone says. Like that's LA hip hop. Like it just is. So I mean, sounds like you got that down.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Hey kid, real quick.
Yeah.
Now that you have dropped Reincarnated, like, what do you feel is the next direction that you can take your sound as far as the music is concerned?
I think I've actually been asked this the other day, but I think that I could take it to a mainstream kind of sound with what's going on now, but also be able to keep that truth behind it and that soul behind it as well. Just because I feel like I'm a versatile artist, I didn't really display all of my sounds and skills on this project because I wanted it to fit a certain sound. But I have 2 projects I'm working on now, and I'm going for different types of sounds, and I think they are pretty good dope music. But I'm able to jump to a new wave, if that kind of makes sense. If I want to or if I need to. So.
Got it. Now, question: what's your take on how hip hop has evolved since from where it was to where you start picking up on rap and hip hop to where it is now? Like, how do you feel about it?
It's crazy because I think the biggest influence was the technology. So I feel like technology made art, everybody believe that they can be artists, and which they can, but I just feel like people went more of the easier route. You know what I'm saying? Is I feel like now you don't get a lot of people who really get in their dictionaries or pay attention to what's going on in the world or really want to speak on that. I feel like artists just make music just to make the money, and that's understandable. But I think that when I was growing up, being able to hear Tupac say that Brenda's got a baby and keep going on about that, and it's that was real stuff going on around that time. Brenda really did have a baby, but it was able to speak a message across the world. I feel like today we don't really have that many artists that can do that, and I feel like Kendrick, Cole, Crit, those people that I named earlier, they do that, which is why I feel like they produce great quality music.
Now I got a question for you too, because you keep mentioning Kendrick.
Yeah.
Now, a lot of people would say that To Pimp a Butterfly was as good as or better than Mad City, but why do you think that To Pimp a Butterfly is not getting a unanimous reception like Mad City did?
People don't like that funk, man.
They don't like, yeah. And then too, you think about the mainstream wave now is what, the trap sound, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, not to discredit Future, but Future is hot. You know what I'm saying? And I think I saw like people went to the Future show and then they left when Kendrick came on or something. But it's like, what I feel is like it's just simple music. So people, or not Future's music, but like the trap wave is kind of like just super simple and you just turn up. Everybody want to turn up, but they don't really want to pay attention, kind of. Like they don't really want to listen. Because I think that To Pimp a Butterfly was a great album, you know what I'm saying? And it's also because I know like, I think it was King Kunta, that's like coming from James Brown and all of those sounds and that funk, like that's like what West Coast music is. And I think that people aren't understanding West Coast sounds, kind of, and they're like, people in the West Coast now are trying to sound like other regions.
Yeah, like Atlanta.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
It's like we West Coast. You know what I'm saying? Not to say you can't do certain songs like that, but it's like I think every region has their own identity.
And it's funny, like, because a lot of the older or the first generation or second generation New York artists was saying the same thing, but years ago, like how where's our sound, or like why we sounded like them, and now that's trickled over to West Coast. And I always thought we would have our own lingo, our own way of doing things.
Yeah, I'm really surprised you mentioned that. You don't really hear that often, because I really love that last Kendrick album personally. Even I Love Myself, like the bass player in that, like just all of those live instruments you don't ever hear. I thought he killed it. And I remember I was doing this pilot with Nick Cannon, and we were talking, and I was like, I played that song, and I he asked me if I liked it, and I was like, yeah, I love the new Kendrick stuff, and he was like, I don't really like it, and I was shocked, because I was like, wow, dude, because I come from like more of like a musical background. Like I heard the guitar, I heard the bass, I heard the funk. I was like, dude, this dude's bringing it back to the roots. I thought it would be a hit. I was shocked to see how many people did not enjoy it the way I did. Yeah. Shocked.
Yeah.
I think too.
Test of the time, man. No.
I was just gonna say, I think too. Besides the production, I think the story in itself, or like the
content,
the content, like you really had to pay attention to that whole album. Like I had to listen to it like 2 or 3 times to fully get it. But when I first heard it, it wasn't what I was expecting, like as a sequel. But I thought like songs like you said, I Love Myself, like you love yourself. Who the hell is saying I love myself in rap music? You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. I think just really the wave is shifting. So I feel like that's kind of why he may not be getting that much love. Because you go to a show or a club and they play, what's the song with MC8? Yeah, man.
Oh,
down.
man, see.
Like, yeah, it's like, that still got that turn up sound. And people will go crazy to that. I feel like the first album had more turn up kind of music, which is what the wave is now.
Fair enough.
It's all club these days,
Well, before we let you go, champ, can you just let us know where we can find you, where we can follow you, where we can download the music, where we can find all things
Yes,
Kid
sir.
Rock?
My social media, Twitter and Instagram, @KidRob_AOE. And you can get my album on KidRob.com. And you can find everything on there, from bio, videos, all that stuff. So.
Excellent day. All right, man. Well, that was Kid Rock for y'all. We're going to take it to a
pleasure having you, bro.
Yes, sir.
And
yes, sir.
we will be right back at you. Stay tuned in.